everybody, crafting journey here, that journey chick on Instagram. How are you this morning? I got my coffee. It's Tuesday morning. There's no special dance or any song that goes with Tuesday. At least not on my show. So I finished, you guys, you saw yesterday, I finished the dormouse. So this is the next painting. I have kitted it up. 60 colors. Yes, how beautiful. This is the Alice Van Gogh Nocturne, is what it's called. This is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and it is from Craftably. Now, I do not know if it is still available on Craftably. You'll have to check the site and see. I am not an affiliate, but you know who is? My good friend, Jennifer Roberts, DP Addiction Adventure. So if you're thinking about getting a canvas at Craftably, use her code. Go to her channel, get her code, and then go there. So rather than section it off with the release tape, because I think I'm going to be rolling this up, I'm going to, let's see if I can do this. Do I have here's what my plan. I want to roll it like this. I don't have the things that I use to clip the ends, but I'm going to roll it like this. And then work this way. I'll just clip the ends here, and then I'm going to start working down here. Okay, so here's the clips that I put on. I just put one here, and then one of these. They're like potato chip bag clips over here. And then I like to start in the right bottom corner and move to the left. That way my hand is not in the glue. If I started from the left, because I'm right-handed, my hand would be in the glue. Because yeah, I'm right-handed, so it would always be in the glue. I hope that made sense. So we're gonna just pull back the plastic just a little bit, and I'm gonna use my Alice in Wonderland, and I'll give you a close-up of that cover minder that I got from Shine Like a Diamond. It's really pretty. It has like the teacup, the rabbit, the hat, the heart. It's so cute. It's absolutely adorable. We're gonna use that. We're gonna legit use the cover minders, yes. All right, so let's get out the planner. This is kind of the boring part of the show. The kittens, you can watch the kittens, yeah. I'll like talk about the boring part of the show. So we're into September. No, not, it's August 31st, but have we gone into the week of September? Yes, I think we have. Yes, we have. So I got some Happy Planner mail yesterday. This I ordered, yes, I'm on a no buy. In fact, yes, no buy. Monday, we didn't buy anything. Okay, so Happy Planner. I ordered these about on August 9th. I was not on a no buy then. And I kept saying, where are they? Where are they? But I wrote to the company twice. The second time I'm like, you haven't responded. They never responded the first time, except to say that they would respond in 2 to 5 days. They never responded. So I said, hey, you know, what's the deal? Where's my stuff? And I had it within 24 hours, like the very next day, yesterday it came. So I think it was just an oops on their part. So they had a few things that were 75% off, and anytime you can get Happy Planner stuff for 75% off, go for it. So this big, beautiful pink bag had these two little things in it. So the first is some stickers, color story stickers called Big Grand. Well, Big Grand because there's a lot of them in here, and I just liked the colors of everything that's in here. There's flowers and different color stickers. I'm always looking for choices in the planner. So that's one thing that I got. And these books, regular price at Joann's, are like 20 bucks. Don't ever buy them at regular price. Really. Oh, know what I did yesterday? I don't know if you can see the bandage there on this finger here. Yeah, I did. I shot you guys a bird. I decided I was going to make some biscuits, and I was trying to get the Bisquick bag open. Boy, that is some tough plastic. So instead of going to get scissors, I've got like 4 pairs over here, and the kitchen's right there. I decided I'm going to open it with a knife. Well, guess who gets cut? Yeah. So it wasn't bad enough. Thank God. I needed to go to the hospital, but it was bleeding pretty bad. Yeah, it was. Oh, I still don't have this open. Oh, see, now there's these plastic bags. I didn't need to cut it. It had this thing here. Oh, for heaven's sakes. So I got this other group of stickers. Hi, Stitch. Oh dear, he's coming to visit. Come here. Come here. You missed. Come here. Come here. Oh, you want to say hello? Say hello, peoples. Hello. Okay, bye. Bye. You wanted up here 2 seconds ago. So these are the like mood stickers, and they're this woman, and I thought it was incredibly cute. And it has the plastic rings. You can put it right in your planner, and then pick your mood for the day. So she's kind of grumpy there. She looks grumpy and everything. There she's happy there. There she's like mad. These are super cute. Here she's like in love. I don't know what this is supposed to be. These are super cute. Here she's like going to the spa, coffee. Oh, that's the one we should use for today, right? That would probably describe me most mornings, coffee. Anyway, we're going to choose the coffee lady. The coffee lady. I think that's really, really cute. Okay, and we can actually just we can take this one out because I wasn't crazy about this one. This divider. We're going to put this divider in. My happy planner is filling up. I got to get those big rings for this planner. Okay, so there's our little girl. So today we are, yep, we're gonna put a little cup of coffee there. All right, and I need to write down what national day is it. Okay, let's get rid of the garbage. Stickers over there. I might use this another time if I'm in the mood. You never know. Today is National Matchmaker Day. Okay, so let's write that down. National. Now, I didn't do any social media yesterday. I was supposed to go live on Instagram. By the time I was supposed to go live on Instagram, 2 nights in a row, sneezing, runny nose, like I don't know what is kicking up in the evening that I'm allergic to, but oh man, it was like it was getting to me. Yeah, so this planner's, look, it's getting pretty thick. Anyway, coffee. I just made regular coffee in case my sister wakes up. She doesn't like my flavored coffee. All right, show notes. Show notes. Let's get the show notes. So, guess what? 116 days until Christmas. Yeah. Is it too soon? Too soon? No, no. And 61 days until Halloween. All right, I need to do some diamond painting. All right, what color are we looking at here? Wow, lots of color. Woo, lots of dark color here. Okay. So I think we might start with the 310. Why not? Let's do 310. I have 3 Harbor Freight containers with stuff. And Craftably at the time that I bought this was using these big stickers. Now, I don't know if they're still using the big stickers, but yeah, I can see them. I actually kind of like them. I thought they'd be too big, but they're not. I really like, you can probably see them from there. Yeah, it's a pretty big, what? There is not a lot of 310 in here, but a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. I think there was 2 bags of 310. Because a lot of this is blues. This is like her dress is right here. You can't see that. Hold on. Yeah, her dress goes all the way down to here. And then around her is the dark night. Yes. Which is still a lot of blue. Oh, these drills are so shiny. Oh my goodness. So like I said, it's National Matchmaker Day. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Other than Match.com, I don't think I've ever been matched up with anybody. Like blind date sort of thing, or, your grandma matches you up with somebody. No, that never happened, at least in my family, that I know of with anybody, to be honest with you. Yeah, no. Now, I did try Match.com many times, and then I tried that, there's another one out there. I don't know if they're still around. There was another online dating thing, and you'd fill out this long form, all about yourself, everything in the world. They were asking all these questions because they were going to match you with somebody. And it takes quite a while to fill this out. So I fill out the entire thing, hit the match button, and it comes back, there's nobody that we can match you with. Like, I am unmatchable. Isn't that terrible? Oh my God, look how messy my table is over here. I've got to clean that off. That is just awful. Coffee, earphones, hats. Yes. So apparently there's a cricket somewhere over in this corner that they are like obsessed with finding the cats this morning. So anyway, but there is this show that I love, Married at First Sight, where they are matched by matchmakers and they don't see who they're going to marry until they're walking down the aisle. And my sister's looking at this for the first time going, what is this? And I explained it to her and she's like, do they really stay married? I'm like, yeah, a lot of them do. It's, they're advocating that, you don't fall in love and get married. You get married and then you learn about each other and then fall in love. And a lot of these do work. It's a very interesting show. It's called Married at First Sight. There's 3 matchmakers. One is I started to say sex worker. She's not a sex worker. She's a sex therapist. God, that's terrible. The other one is a preacher, and one is a sociology professor, not a major, professor. And they match these couples. They go through this very onerous process, and they match people up and they get married, and some work out and some don't. They have a pretty good track record, these guys. So, hello. What is going on today, huh? Hello. He just wants to sit here. Say hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. I've got to mute this chat group that I'm in. It's just bing, 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 bing. I know. So, hi. How am I going to do my show if you're here in my lab? Oh, So that's what National Day is. Please tell me your matchmaker story in the comments. I'd love to know. Were you matched by somebody? Have you ever been matched by somebody? Did you match somebody? Yeah. Are you a matchmaker? Hey, let me know. Hey, you. Hey, you. Oh, your fur is going to be all over the diamond painting. All right, I am super, super excited to bring you a brand new trial. Finally, a new trial started. Okay, this is the case of Stanley Ford. He is charged with arson of 3 structures, 2 houses and a vehicle. 3 different occasions, not all on the same date. The first house fire kills 2 people. The second is a vehicle, and it just destroys the vehicle. And the third is a house fire that kills 7 people, an entire family, 2 parents, 5 children. So Stanley is on trial for 9 murders, and he is facing the death penalty. So let me just tell you where we're at. We are in Akron, Ohio, in Summit County, Ohio. We have a female judge. I really like her so far. She's very patient with this defendant. I'll tell you a little bit more about him in a few minutes. This county has about 500,000 people that live there. They're 80% white, 20% black. About a third of them are Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. Yeah, so this defendant, he's charged with this murder. His bond is set at $7 million, so he is sitting in jail. He can't afford $7 million. I believe that he is married. I did hear talk about a wife. So just a little history leading up to where we are in this trial. Because these murders happened in 2016 and 2017. But there was, every time this thing was set for trial, something would come up. So one of the things that came up was the question of his competency to stand trial. In other words, would he be able to understand the proceedings and assist his counsel in his defense? So the judge hired a doctor. The doctor gives his report and says, yes, I believe that he is competent to stand trial. Well, the defense says, we just, we're really hesitant here based on, our dealings with this man, that we really don't feel like he's understanding what's going on. And I did listen to a little banter between this defendant and the judge, and I question whether he understands what's going on. He has a diagnosis of vascular dementia and brain damage. Now, I don't know what the history of the brain damage is, but he asked the judge, why am I still in jail? All the evidence exonerates me. And so she's like, Mr. Ford, I've explained this to you before. And she explains the whole process, like the grand jury, they met. We don't know what they talked about because it's in secret, but they decided that there was enough evidence to take you to trial. Now it's up to 12 people to know whether you are exonerated or not. And then he's talking to her about the commissary at the prison and how he doesn't get it to keep his stuff. And she's like, no, I made a phone call. And you see during this conversation between the judge and him, and this is an older hearing, it wasn't covered yesterday. You see this banter, during this banter between the judge and the defendant, the defense attorney is like rolling his eyes, being very expressive, like, oh, here we go again. So the defense counsel is really concerned that this guy does not understand what's going on. So the judge, she says, I'm going to have him placed in a mental health facility for a period of 21 days so a doctor can observe him. And then we'll have him come in and testify whether he believes this guy's competent to stand trial. So that happens. They have another hearing. The doctor comes in. They go through all his qualifications. And he says, yeah, he's competent to stand trial. He understands what's going on. So they have a trial set for June of 2020. They pick a jury. Now, this is in the middle of the COVID pandemic, the initial outbreak. And so they get a jury picked, and 2 days into the trial, apparently the jury kept expressing their concerns to the judge about COVID. And because she felt like this was going to be very difficult for the jury and they kept expressing their concerns, she declared a mistrial and said, I'll set a new trial date after this COVID pandemic. So now, fast forward, here we are, August 30th, 2021, and we are ready for trial. So apparently last week, they picked the jury. They gave the preliminary instructions, so we did not get to see the preliminary instructions to the jury. Sometimes they will cover that, but we didn't get to see that. And then in the morning hours, they took the jury on a bus over to this neighborhood where these arsons took place. It's called a jury view. So the jury got to walk around this neighborhood and see where this took place. Now, the homes that were where the arson took place, there's just fields. There's nothing there to see. But they could get an idea of the neighborhood. They could get an idea of where the defendant lived in this neighborhood. Then they come back to the courthouse, have lunch, and then we get to hear the opening statements. Now that's where the camera goes live for us to see. So the prosecution spent about an hour explaining what the evidence is going to show in this case. Now, I'm not going to tell you all of the evidence that he has coming out, because we're going to get to hear it in the next coming weeks, I believe. This is probably going to be a few weeks, this trial. On August, let me get the dates right. I have to stop writing in orange. I can't read it. Okay. On April 18th of 2016, a fire breaks out in this neighborhood. One woman, she calls 911. Another woman sees the fire. She runs to the scene. A gentleman by the name of Lewis Lindell, or Lindell Lewis, is in the upper floor hanging out a window saying, I can't get out, I can't get out. In another window is his girlfriend, Gloria. She's also yelling, I can't get out. They're both in their 60s. They can't get out of this house. And unfortunately, they do not escape the fire. They perish. Another gentleman that lived in the home, he does get out of the fire. Now, his name is Thomas Hughley. Now, what the prosecution tells us is we will not be hearing from Thomas Hughley because he is deceased. He died in 2020, from anything related to this fire. But he escaped the fire. At a hearing, he did give testimony that was recorded, so we're going to hear that recorded testimony. But apparently, what comes out later on is that he and the defendant, there was a lot of animosity between these two. And I get the impression that Stanley Ford, the defendant, is one of those people in your neighborhood that's like, get off my lawn, that kind of guy, He's always snooping to see what everybody's doing in the neighborhood, what's going on at what house, and yeah, he's that guy. So apparently he's decided to take it upon himself to, whatever. So then the following January of 2017, a vehicle catches on fire. And they collect all the evidence from that. Now, no one is injured in the vehicle fire. It's an SUV. No one is injured. The woman who owned the SUV later on comes out, once this guy is arrested, she's like, that guy threatened my son once for walking across his lawn. Here, this is the lawn guy. Yeah. Get off my lawn. He threatened him. He said he would body him. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but anyway, scary. So then we learn that following the auto fire, that was in January 2017, in May of 2017, 5 months later, a second home in this neighborhood catches fire. In this house, this is in the middle of the night. Both of these homes catch fire in the middle of the night. There's a husband and wife and their 5 children. One was 14, and the other 4 were under the age of 13, all the way down to like a 1-year-old. Yeah. They all perished, including the family dog. Now, there was an additional child in this family. He was 18. He was not home at the time, thank God. But none of them were able to get out. They all perished. Now, what's interesting about this case is they put all the pieces together by collecting surveillance video from various homes in this neighborhood who have these cameras set up, including cameras on the home of the houses that were caught on fire. The film was badly damaged, but they were able to piece it back together and were able to see some things. What we're going to see is a gentleman or an individual that you can't tell if it's a man or a woman. The person's got on a hoodie, walking down the street. He comes to the first house. In fact, he does the same thing. The person does the same thing at both houses, sprays it with something and then lights it on fire. So it's the same. So they know they're dealing with the same person. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? So very interesting. So this trial is going to be really, really interesting. Hey, get down. We're going to learn, about the relationships between the defendant and these various victims and other people in the neighborhood, all the different conflicts. We're going to learn about a second home that Stanley Ford owned right next door to the home he was living in. That's going to be an interesting piece to the puzzle. We're going to hear from an alarm company at Stanley Ford's house about what was going on with his alarm during the period of time these arsons were set, these fires were set. So after the prosecution goes through their whole litany of what the evidence shows, and it's going to be an interesting timelines on this thing, the defense gets up and they only talk for about 15 minutes. And he talks about, he doesn't deny that these are murders, that this is arson and that these are murders. But what he does is that there were many other viable suspects that the police did not pursue. He says that there were drug deals going down in the first house and that there were conflicts over payment, and it could have been those guys. It could have been the ex-wife of one of the victims who had taken out a large insurance policy. There's an unidentified vehicle seen on some of the footage. He said it could have been the person in the unidentified vehicle. It could have been one of the victim's ex-boyfriends. The woman that died in the second house fire, I told you it was a married couple, husband and wife. The wife had been married previously. Many years ago, her prior husband had poured kerosene all over her and tried to light her on fire. He went to jail. He served 12 years. He had just gotten out of jail. So the defense is saying maybe he did it. And the defense rests by saying that the police rushed to conclusions in this case. So that is where we're at. The judge adjourned court for the day, sent the jury home, said we're going to start with witnesses first thing tomorrow morning, and I will bring that to you. Yes, so excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose my mind, and I don't know how that song goes. I'm not singing very well today. Okay. What day in history is it? I have to peek. Ooh. Yes. Oh, before we get to this day in history, just a little update on Crafting and Crime. So yesterday was the sentencing of Christian Bahena Rivera. Now, he was charged with the murder of Molly Tibbetts. I've been giving you guys updates because the last time the sentencing was set, the defense filed this motion for a new trial, citing that there was all this evidence of sex trafficking going on in that area, which may or may not be true, but I think the judge didn't believe that it had anything to do with this case. In any case, the judge held a hearing. He heard all their new evidence. He denied the new trial. He went ahead and set another day for the sentencing, which was yesterday. So we got to hear, there was one victim impact statement that was really well done. It was Molly Tibbetts' mother. She came, she went before him, and she just addressed him directly. And what she did was she kept comparing what she has gone through. She said to what, she was asking him, just imagine if this was your daughter, and you were going through this, and that you didn't get to go to your daughter's wedding, and that you didn't get to walk your daughter down the aisle, and you didn't get to go to your daughter's graduation. And by the end, I was like, oh, tears, I was really welling up. It was very, very powerful. So she finished up her victim impact statement. And this Rivera guy is just cool as a cucumber. You never shows any emotion. Never. I was in tears over this statement, and no emotion from him whatsoever. He did not speak. He did not offer any statements, because I suspect he's going to appeal. No remorse, none. He says he didn't do it. So the judge just states that he believed that the evidence supported the guilty verdict. So he sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He had to submit a DNA sample and pay the parents of Molly Tibbetts $150,000. Now, I don't know how he's ever going to do that when you're serving life in prison. But in any case, that was the case of Molly Tibbetts. Not such a great ending. So, this day in history in, oh God, now, hold on. This is ridiculous, guys. Okay, let's talk about this day in history. In 1886, there was an earthquake that hit Charleston, South Carolina. What you said? Yeah, Charleston, South Carolina. Now, it was 7.6 on the Richter scale. 7.6. It killed over 100 people, caused $5.5 million in damage, which by today's standards would be $112 million in damage. It occurred at 9:51 at night, and nobody suspected this. There was some tremors early on in some other areas, but not Charleston. So this was just totally unexpected. There are no fault lines you know, anywhere within 60 miles of Charleston in any direction, there are no fault lines. So no one, this was like the least likely place that an earthquake would hit, but it did. No underground fault lines. Yeah, they're saying this was like the deadliest earthquake in the history of this country, and one of the deadliest natural disasters to ever occur in this country. So for 60 years, it was a complete mystery about like how this occurred because, like I said, no fault lines. So more recently, with better technology, they have found a hidden fault line that runs along the coast of Virginia and the Carolinas that they believe was the cause of this earthquake. And still today, they say it's very unlikely. This place is very unlikely to have an earthquake, but they did. Wow, can you imagine? Like thousands or hundreds of buildings were destroyed. Yep. You're like, no, those things only happen in South America. Nope, they happen here too. Strange enough. So that is this day in history. Okay, guys, I get to listen to the trial. Yes, all right. I want you guys to have a great day. It's Tuesday. I still have one more unboxing. I just have to do the editing on, and I will put that up. Last night, I kind of like took the night off. Like I said, I was supposed to do Instagram. I took some Benadryl to get rid of this, whatever this allergy stuff was going on. See, like today, I'm fine. Watched some shows, trying to find something new to get into because I finished Virgin River. All caught up. You know, I finished the third season of Virgin River, which left all kinds of cliffhangers. Yeah. Anyway, and I'm almost done with Hit and Run. I know you guys finished it a long time ago. I watch things slower than other people, but because I like to savor them. I'll watch one episode and then I'll think about it for a few days, and then maybe I'll watch 2 or 3 episodes in a row and then I'll think about it for a few days. Anyway, that's just how I roll. All right, guys, have a great day. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow in Crafting and Crime. Take care.